To start us off today, we're going to be looking at surface area of prisms. And so what is surface area? Surface area is the area of all of the surfaces added together. So in the rectangular prism that you see right here, it has 6 surfaces. It has a front, which is the same as the back, a left side that's the same as the right side, and then a top and the bottom that are also the same. So if I find the area for all 6 of these and then add them together, we'll have our answer. So for the front is right here. So it's a 7 by 11, which means its area is 77. The back is the same. For the left side, that would be over here. And so for that guy, we have 7 by 2. And so 7 times 2 gives us 14 for the left. The right side is the same, so it's also 14. The top is a 2 by 11, which is 22. And so the bottom would be the same, also 22. So if I add all of these together, 77 plus 77 plus 14 plus 14 plus 22 plus 22, we get that the surface area is equal to 226. So that's not difficult to do by adding all the surfaces together, but there is a faster way to be able to do this. And so that faster way is to use a formula. So for the formula, we'll use SA equals P times H plus 2B. So that's what you see here in the box. Okay, now in that formula, There we go. In the formula, P stands for perimeter of the base, and so the base would be, if it's a rectangular prism, it's just the bottom of however the figure is oriented, but if it's a triangular prism, then remember that the base has to be one of the triangles. The H stands for the height of the figure, so how tall it is, and then capital B is the same as it was when we were discussing volume. It's the area of the base. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and determine what P, H, and B are for each example here, and we'll substitute that back into the formula. So in this figure right here, perimeter of the base. So perimeter is the sum of the sides. So on the bottom, I would have a rectangle that had length of 11, width of 2, and that would kind of be all the way around. So this is a little bit difficult to see based on how it's drawn. But so for perimeter, it would be 2 plus 11 plus 2 plus 11. And so the perimeter is going to end up being 26. The height of the figure is just how tall it is. And so this one is 7 meters tall. Right there is your height. And then capital B is the area of that base. And so again, the base would be down here, this rectangle, and the area would just be 11 times 2, which is 22. So now if I take these values and plug them back into our formula, I would have that surface area equals P times H plus 2B. So for us, that will be 26 times 7 plus 2 times 22. And typing those in a calculator, you'll end up with 226, which is the same as what we did when we added all the surfaces together. This just ends up taking us less time. So now, as we move forward here, for this next one, so same thing here, just remember the formula will be surface area equals perimeter times height plus 2 times the base. And we'll go ahead and determine what those variables represent. So the perimeter of the base, this would be like the bottom or you could say the top here, but so it would be 9 plus 3 plus 9 plus 3. And remember, another formula for perimeter is 2L plus 2W, so you could also use that if you'd like. But 9 plus 3 plus 9 plus 3 is 24. The height, so how tall is the prism? That's 13. And then the area of the base is 9 times 3, which is 27. So now when I go to plug these things in over here, we have the perimeter was 24, the height is 13, plus 2 times the area of the base, which was 27. And typing those in the calculator, you'll get 366. And then in this case, it would be feet squared. The next two examples are going to be of triangular prisms, but formula still works just the same. So I'm still going to be using surface area equals perimeter times height plus 2 times the area of the base. And remember what I said earlier, if you have a triangular prism, the triangle is the thing that has to be the base. So even though this is oriented so that the bottom is like this rectangle right here, I'm not allowed to use that as the base. So the triangles are going to be the bases. So when I go through and I determine what my perimeter of the base is, I need the perimeter of this triangle. And so perimeter is just the distance around. So this is just going to be 2 plus 4 plus 3. And that gives us a perimeter of 9. The height, if this was reoriented and it was sitting on the triangles, it would end up being 6 feet tall. And then the area of the base, so area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So this is 1/2, 2 times 3. And that is 3. So substituting in to the formula, we'll have surface area equals 9 times 6 plus 2 times 3. And that is 60 square feet. And for our last one, another triangular prism. So the perimeter of the base is again back to this triangle. So the distance around would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 again, so 15. The height of the prism will be the 12. And then the area of the base will be 1/2 5 times 4.3. And that is 10.75. Sorry, that got a little sloppy there. So now when I substitute our values in, we're going to have 15 times 12 plus 2 times 10.75. And calculating that, we'll get 201.5 square inches. Good luck!